Anna Smith from NC State University.
Hi, I'm Johnny from Singapore.
I'm Erin Cochran from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada.
Sean Williams, Brooklyn, New York.
Dwayne Edwards, Inglewood, California. All right, so welcome to the Pencil program at Parsons. We started off with close to 240 interested sneakerheads and people that are interested in footwear. We narrowed that down, so I'll take that back. So we started off with 240 entrants on a website by the name of National One. From that website, what we did was I looked at every single entry and hand selected 23 of what I felt were the best talented designers on that website to be a part of the Pencil at Parsons program. They were selected based off of skill, based off of their desire, and based off of just their general hunger to want to be in the footwear industry. And my thoughts were, if I can get a mixture of talent together that weren't all sneakerheads, but a mixture of talent together for them to actually come together, a fellowship for 4 weeks, learn about each other, learn about all different types of footwear, that something special could actually happen in those 4 weeks. So I have 23 great students from multiple countries. One of them here, Johnny's from Singapore, but we have other students, Marcus from Spain, Ibis from Denmark. We have also Aaron's also from Canada. There's also Megan that's from Canada. We're missing one more. Matt from Poland. Okay, always could fit. Sorry, always forget about Matt. He always looks like he always nervous. But and then I think there's only like 3 New Yorkers or East Coast, 3 or 4. And then the rest of the people from all over the U.S. But I think what's kind of special about it, though, is there's all this, every one of them has this common singular focus on footwear. And it just shows kind of the power of what footwear can do when you can attract 23 great people from all over the world. I have no idea why they chose to hang out with me for 4 weeks. But hopefully they had a good time and they walk away with some good information, and hopefully this kind of fuels their hunger to be in the footwear industry.
My involvement was basically because I had an Anthony Weiner situation with Dwayne, had some photos and stuff for me from Twitter. So he said, you're going to teach what's called social studies, or these are going on TMZ tonight. So of course I obliged, and for 3 days during this 4-week period with social studies, I taught what's called social studies, which basically broadened their perspective on where their designs and their creations could go and how that could possibly be impacted both positively and negatively. So it was an honor for me to stand before all 23 of them and have them pay attention to me for let alone 3 days. And kind of bond with them also, for the rest of the time after that, and push them along during the process, because this was by no stretch an easy route for them to go to gauge whether they really want to do this or not. But it really was, again, an honor to be involved and teach them, how things actually are perceived out there in the world when it comes to footwear. Because there's a lot that people overlook and a lot that people don't realize that happens before these shoes make it to the shelves. And it was great to finally enlighten them on that, and then bond with them and see them along the way to where we are today, which is presentation day, where their projects are being displayed. And it's an awesome turnout here today for people to see what they put in 4 weeks of work and blood, sweat, and tears on. And with Dwayne cracking the whip the way he does in a legendary fashion. So it was great to see, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
So I guess I came into this program with an industrial design background, which ended up being really helpful just in terms of a product standpoint, knowing how things are put together. So I sort of thought I knew a lot about what went into footwear design and the whole process of how they were made, but I ended up learning just a lot more than what I thought I would learn. And it's been sort of a really great experience just to sort of validate the life choices I've made thus far to get here. Having people get excited about what I'm doing is just a really great place to be.
Well, for me, I'm also coming from a product design background, and I'm a sneakerhead. So I kind of, after a few years of buying shoes, I I start to realize like maybe I should start to design some shoes, right? So coming here is really an honor that, you know, to be amongst my fellow classmates, you know, with people, professionals from industry is like something I could never dream of. To be here, to be learning skill sets, knowledge on footwear. Because personally, I like to understand how things are made. So coming here, learning about construction and materials is really something that I feel like I gain a lot from this, you know. And it's kind of, I feel it's kind of interesting at the end of the course. I realized that my project is like not really a sneaker, being a sneakerhead. It's actually like a modular sandal. You know, it's interesting because when I started out the project, I was like thinking like there'll be a lot of elements, styling and all, but in the end it ends up being a very minimal footwear that functions as it should be, and you know it's still, you know, a good product. So I think that is something that I learned from this. You know, like not all shoes has to be, you know, 3M effective and top and all the colors. So I think this is a good takeaway for me, yeah, being here.
You quit your job.
Oh yeah, by the way, I kind of quit my job to get here, so big move.
Just tying in my background as a dancer, choreographer, and artist, painter, and actually inspiring creativity in kids and making a product that they can actually design their own shoe, and actually have individuality and express who they are through the product that they're wearing. And then tying it in with DoSomething.org and the different causes that Do Something supports. So that was my project, and like they said, it was just a good experience to actually have a studio where you're focusing specifically on footwear design. Because I went back to school, I just started grad school for industrial design, and interested in the footwear industry, but haven't had anything specifically for footwear yet. So this was a very exciting class to take. Learned a lot.